Hey YouTube, thanks for joining me again today. As the title says, I'm here to share some food, plant-based food when you're broke, and the meal I'm going to share with you is definitely less than $5. But the point of it is not necessarily the meal, because I'm just feeding myself some simple food like I do all the time. But the point being is you do not have to spend a lot of money to eat like this or follow this lifestyle. So many people are always saying that. That's one of the comments you hear the most. Is like, it's so expensive. Vegan costs a lot of money. Eating plant-based is is you spend so much money on that. And I keep saying over and over and over again, enjoy social media. I'm on Instagram every day, multiple times throughout the day. I look at things. I enjoy visuals. I enjoy seeing things. There's things I see on there food-wise that, yes, I'd love to eat them. But I think of that as like I used to think about going to a restaurant. That's like a treat. That's something I would do every once in a while. But I see all the time, raw people, whole food, plant-based people, all different types of plant-based food from minimalist. Yes, minimalist in air quotes, because they're minimalist. Everything's minimal. They kind of show you this little hippie, I'm living a hippie lifestyle and doing this and that. And you know what? Their food, I start adding it up and I'm like, damn, every meal this person's sharing, I'm clocking that at about $20 a meal. So, and sometimes if I follow stories of people and they show something, what they eat all day, I'm like, who the hell's got $50 or $60 a day to spend on your food? But even the people that are not even spending close to that, so many people are spending more money than they need to. Now, I'm not broke. It's not like, I'm not on the street or anything, but over the last couple of years, I've really been focused on, just cutting the fat, pardon the pun, so to speak, from my budget and not wasting any more, because sometimes you start noticing little things that are eating up the money and it's not the bulk of your food. So that's why I wanted to kind of really just using the meal as a visual aid today. What I've got in here, I've got myself a baked sweet potato. I've got some more of the last of those red kidney beans, and you'll notice that if you go back and watch yesterday's video and the video the day before that, I had cooked a pot of beans. I ate them day 1, day 2, and now this is day 3. So I've got my red kidney beans, I've got some steamed cabbage, and I've got half of an avocado. I forgot if I ate the first half yesterday or the day before, but anyway, that is a good solid meal right there, and that is definitely less than $5. Probably the most expensive thing in there, probably the sweet potato. The sweet potato is closer. It was a big sweet potato, so it's closer, maybe 75 cents, $1, something like that. The portion of beans is maybe, well, this meal is probably $4, $4.50, but anyhow, there's little tricks you can do, like I keep talking about. Buy bulk when possible. These dry goods, beans, and bulk doesn't necessarily mean you have to get 5 pounds of it or a grocery bag of it. Like a lot of times in bulk, I'll just buy a pound at a time. But when I buy a pound of, say, like this pound of red kidney beans was $2.28 before tax. So maybe $2.40, $2.50. So when you're buying things in bulk like that, you can eat simple with the sweet potatoes, the beans, the brown rice. Brown rice you can buy in bulk as well. Quinoa is good. It's full of nutrition and it's fairly cheap itself. Some people think it's a little more high end, but it's not really that expensive, especially, once again, if you can buy in bulk. But even if you're not buying in bulk, I've got this brand right here, Bob's Red Mill, and I forget the exact price, but it's still like, I'll generally eat 2 servings of quinoa, but it's still not going to come out to any more than $1, so, hey. And the cabbage. People sleep on green cabbage a lot, but if you kind of compare it to kale, which is the rage, it's the superfood, kale does rank slightly higher in most positive nutritional values, but just slightly so, or just only so. It's not like it's like night and day. So I'm still gonna have my kale, but I'm not a big fan of eating kale. There's just no, I'll put it in a salad, chop some up and put it in a salad from time to time. But about 95% of the use of kale that I get is put in green smoothies. But buy that bulk. Flavors. Something else too. I wanted to show this pretty sweet potato, so I didn't mix everything up here. But the beans. Now, how will I flavor this? Because I'll put a little bit of. I've already flavored my beans when I cooked them, but I'll put a little bit on there. Now for my greens, my cabbage, I'm gonna put some of this clear pepper sauce, which is a southern thing. We just put some these little hot peppers. They're not super hot in there, with vinegar in there, and I've stopped making a lot of sauces or extra toppings or anything else to go on stuff like this because I just don't need it. The beans, I forgot exactly. Did I use curry in these? Anyhow, I use different things. But if you flavor the beans and other things that you're cooking, like for instance, a lot of times in my beans I'll put Veggie-Base, which is just kind of this stuff that gives it kind of a little bit more flavor. You can use low sodium vegetable broth. I sometimes use curry. Sometimes I use chili powder. I use garlic powder, things like that. And a lot of times the sauce, all I'll go back and do is I'll take my spoon and I'll put some of the sauce from or it's really the juice from beans, bean juice, whatever it was cooked in, but the liquid, I'll put some on top of that, and that'll be good right there. Got your avocado, a little bit of healthy fat. Other little tricks are looking, when your grocery stores have sales. Publix is a major chain, but it does have sale on things, and I'm always trying to keep an eye. So I'm always like a shark. I circle through a lot of these stores on a regular basis, even if I'm not buying a lot. Even if I just go to the store to get some bananas, I cruise through because you never know. Something might be on sale in the produce section, like my asparagus gets $1 or $2 a pound knocked off from time to time. So try to find those reduced prices in the grocery store. If you've got any market sale bananas, things like that. I've got a little curb market that I shop here that I buy sale bananas when they've gotten where normal people don't eat them anymore. But they have other stuff on there, like I think I used red pepper in something on here earlier this week, and I got two red peppers for 50 cents, two red peppers for $1, 50 cents a piece. And the red bell peppers are expensive. A lot of times they can be $1.75 per around here. So just little tricks like that. And I would also once again encourage you to sprout. It is some of the cheapest nutrition out there once you get your system going, because broccoli sprouts are exponentially more nutritious than actually broccoli, whether you're just chopping it and eating it or whether you're eating it cooked. But just for the record, I eat it all three ways. I eat my broccoli sprouts a lot, I eat raw broccoli chopped up in my salads, and I eat steamed broccoli. So there you go. But if you will just pay attention and start noticing those little things, like if you're making these sauces, these dressings, these ingredient heavy recipes, if you'll start just asking yourself, do I really need that particular thing in there? There's been times where I make, say, a meal like this that's less than $5, and maybe I have one little thing in there that I just specially want, and it's expensive. It's like half the price of the whole meal. So just think smart and think about little ways that you can save money all the time. It's not necessarily you're going to save a lot in any one place. It's just about making little tricks and cuts here and there. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I will, if I don't see you again this week, I'll see you next week. Peace.